Okay. So they want you to graph. Oh, they don't want you to graph it. They want you to graph it on your calculator and figure out the exact number. What you should know is that this is a cubic, right? So because it's a cubic, it should look like this. All right? Some form of that. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is make you solve. If I want you to solve it, I want you to be able to solve it. So here's how you would solve it. Okay? You break these up. Right? And you always have a plus here. So if there's a minus there, keep the minus inside. Right? And then hold the plus outside. So it would be a plus and minus. Okay? But in this case, it's just a plus, so we're good. Okay? So I have 3x cubed minus 2x squared, right? Plus 3x minus 2. Okay? And I ask myself, what can I pull out? And I can pull out an x squared. And I can pull out a 1. Okay? And when I do that, what's left is 3x minus 2 and 3x minus 2. Now, because these are the same, right? We could relook at this and say, hey, this is x squared times 3x minus 2 plus 3x minus 2 times 1, right? And then what is the same between these two sides? The 3x minus 2. And if you pull out the 3x minus 2, what are you left? X squared plus 1. Okay? Now, then you will have two factors. You will have 3x minus 2 times x squared plus 1 equals 0, right? So you set each factor equal to 0. 3x minus 2 equals 0. X squared plus 1 equals 0. And then solve. Add 2, add 2. 3x equals 2. Divide. X equals 2/3. Minus 1, minus 1. X squared equals minus 1. Take the square root. I can't take a square root of a negative, not and get a real number, right? I can get the imaginary. X equals I, but that's not a real number. So we're looking for real numbers. Okay? So you get x equals 2/3. And what they want you to do is graph it. So you graph it on this graphing calculator. Okay? And you can see where it crosses the x-axis. And if you trace it, it'll tell you it crosses at 0.66666. So when you get that crossing, right, it's got this. This is at 2. Think about it. It's at -2. That's when x, if you put in a 0, this would cross at -2, right? And then this, it'll say x is equal to 0.6666, right? And so when it says that, they want you to come up with, to get the exact answer. And the exact answer, when it gives you a number like this, would be x equals 2/3. Okay? Now, that's the way to do it through the graph. showing you the way to do it through hard work. Okay? If everyone gets Desmos on their calculator or on their phone, I don't mind having you check some of the answers on the test. I'll make up some answers. See if you want to look it up and go, okay, that's the one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make these problems that ask you to choose which graph it is. I'm always going to make the problems multiple choice. So that way you can look at it and collect some ideas. One idea is you'll know how many max and mins it has. The other idea is, because you know what shape it looks like. If it's cubic, if it's quadratic, if it's quartic, if it's quintic, if it's a 6th degree, if it's a 7th degree. You'll know the shape. Right? You'll know the maxes and mins. Right? Okay? And the other thing is you'll know where it crosses the x-axis or the y-axis. By plugging in 0, you can see where it crosses the y-axis. That's going to really help you zero in on what's the right answer. Okay? And that's how you do 35 and basically all those problems. All the problems, if you